We like visiting country towns in Australia, and on this day we visited Binalong, WOMBAT, and the twin towns of Murrumburrah-Harden. Binalong is a quaint country town near the Yass Valley in the state of New South Wales in Australia. It has a population of around 550. One of the notable residents of Binalong was the family of the iconic Australian poet Banjo Patterson. His family moved in the Binalong district in 1869 when he was 5 years old, and he attended the primary school in the village. During our road trip, we stopped by for coffee and tea at the Two Little Pigs Cafe, which used to be the village bakery. It's now operated by the fourth generation member of the same family that originally established the bakery.
Yeah, good luck.
Bye. I'll see you.
As we wandered around the tiny village, we met Spike, the town dog. When the dog's owner passed away a few years back, the dog was effectively adopted by the whole town. We noticed that this lucky little fellow gets a pat from every person that walks by. The Mechanics Institute is now an all-purpose hall used for meetings and exhibitions. This time, it hosts an art exhibition by local artist Kate O'Connor. Kate is originally from Sydney, but has been living in Binalong for the last 11 years. We met the artist herself. As in most country towns, there is a memorial for fallen soldiers, lest we forget. Now we have reached the town of WOMBAT. Our main destination for this road trip is the Wombat Height Orchard, also known as the Hill Lock Orchard. This orchard grows various types of fruit trees, from cherries to figs, from walnuts to pomegranates, and from lemons to persimmons. In the Australian summer, from November to December, the public may come to pick cherries, luscious red cherries. And in the Australian autumn, from March until May, the persimmons are ready for the picking.
Persimmons. This is the last week to pick the persimmons. Oh, they still have a lot. They just want to get rid of all of this.
After the persimmon picking, we decided to have lunch at the WOMBAT Cottage Cafe. The WOMBAT Cottage Cafe offers all-day breakfast and a good selection of lunch options. The cafe also sells souvenir items, including local arts and crafts. It also offers locally made artworks and locally produced condiments like chutneys and jams. The dishes were reasonably priced. Before continuing with our road trip, we decided to buy fuel. We noticed that fuel in this area is much cheaper than in the city. In Australia, you may notice that stores selling cigarettes are required to display one of these health warning signs about the hazards of smoking. All signs must be easy for the customers to see, and these signs are produced by the Department of Health and are available free of charge. We are now entering the twin town of Murrumburah-Harden. And although there are two towns, Harden and Murrumburah, the reality is there is no clear sign where one town ends and where the other begins. Murrumburah was declared a historic village in 1990. It has a number of buildings and structures of historic interest that were built from the 1880s to early 1900s. One very interesting part of the town is a memorial area comprised of a sculpture of 5 men, all in army uniform, riding a horse. The horse's name is Bill the Bastard. Now, a few facts about Bill the Bastard. It was described that he had the lungs and the heart of an elephant. He had the power, intelligence, and unmatched courage that stood above all the 200,000 Australian horses sent to the Middle East in the Great War. The story goes that Major Shanahan, during World War I, heard that there were 4 Australian horsemen who lost their horses and left out in the field at the mercy of the enemies. Major Shanahan, who was riding his horse Bill the Bastard, rescued the stranded soldiers. Bill the Bastard galloped back across the 1,000 yards of sand, carrying Major Shanahan and the 4 soldiers. And for his services in carrying the men to safety, Bill the Bastard was retired with honor. Another attraction in the Murrumburah-Harden township are the painted mill silos. The mural was painted by the artist Hisco and was completed in 2021. The painting depicts rural Australia in the 19th century to early 20th century. Thanks for watching. You may wish to consider subscribing to Travel Eat and Travel More for more travel content.